Hi, this is Sophia Wren, and this is an episode of The Cycle with Sarah Michael, and she's the creator of Project You. And The Cycle is an interview series where I talk to writers, creators, entrepreneurs about their creative cycle of how they came to create something awesome. And although we're all different and we all have unique things that we're creating, it's really cool to look at other people's journeys because sometimes there are patterns and we can draw inspiration from the cycles other people go through. So let me tell you a little bit about Sarah. So Sarah is known as an expert of feminine leadership, and she's the founder of Sparkling Results. Sarah works with heart-centered and mission-driven entrepreneurs to produce real financial results that feel good along the way. Sarah helps clients feel comfortable putting themselves out there in their marketing and have powerful enrollment conversations, providing guidance to articulate esoteric and hard to describe services in a way that people get. And I adore Sarah. I've actually worked with Sarah as a client for like over a year, and I can tell you that she really delivers on all of her promises, and she's probably she gives some of the best marketing advice that I've ever gotten. And she's really helped me put myself out there and work with writers and help them to always know what to do next in their creative projects. And she's amazing. So I'm really excited to talk to her today and about her something special she's created called Project You, and we'll be talking more about that. So we're gonna go over to Sarah and ask her a little bit about her. So first, Sarah, come and say hi to everybody who's watching.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Yay, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Miss Sophia.
You're welcome. And do you want to tell everybody watching a little bit about how you got here, your background, and what is your business?
Sure, yes. So my background, my experiences up until starting my own business were based in marketing, branding, communications, technology, and I worked in finance, actually bankruptcies and distressed companies for about 8 years, and learned on the front lines what it takes for businesses to succeed or fail, and got into transformational work. My first introduction to it was work based in masculine and feminine survival instincts, and with that got distinctions around feminine leadership that I had actually been playing with since my grad school years. Actually, there was a book I was assigned that has similar concepts, similar distinctions about a leadership style that's more expansive and more encompassing of the entire experience, not just the results we're producing, but the entire experience along the way, those results that feel good along the way that I talk about. And my business, I help mission driven, heart centered entrepreneurs to really get comfortable in their marketing, put themselves out there in a way that feels good so that other people feel good too. Because when we go out there and do the marketing strategies, but we're worried or scared or nervous or unsure or doubtful or whatever those things are, other people pick up on it. So, how to do those strategies in a way that feel good, how to speak about your work in a way that feels good, price and package yourself, find your people, get your leads, and that enrollment conversation, the offers, value-based offers, making sure we're out there. All this beautiful, beautiful work is making money, so that beautiful, beautiful work can stay in the world.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you so much for what you're doing, Sarah. There's a lot of people out there who I see as healers or doing something else, and I know that they need somebody like you. So everyone can know about Sarah now. And then Project You is something that you do, and it's gonna, I think, coming up in the future. And so I'm really excited to talk to you about Project You and especially your inspiration. Could you tell us about your inspiration, how it all started to come into being?
Absolutely, it's kind of a sweet story, and you know the story, so I'm glad we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Um, because it was my own self. We are often our own first clients. We often coach ourselves in ways that then we then go on to coach others. And for me, it was, last year I avoided video like the plague. Okay, for the first 3 years of my business. Um, I remember 4 years ago a coach of mine mentioning, video and weekly videos, and I was like, oh, And I think partly because of my grad school degree in technology and doing some video then, I had the conscious thought when he said that, like, oh my God, there's no hiding in video. There's no hiding in video. Like, all of me is going to come out, and that's not okay. Now, that was 4 years ago. So 3 years ago, I kind of muscled through it. That's that kind of push energy, made myself do it. I was doing videos. By all accounts, they were great. They really were. And yet, it was taking me 5, 6 hours to produce them. Up in my head, such a waste of time,
Yeah.
fly wet, such a nightmare. And not a nightmare, but I mean, just so much for a 3-minute video.
And not very
And
fun,
no, not joy filled or fun at all. Exactly. And, I knew I wanted to do more. I knew this had to be more nimble. I had to be more nimble with it and just knock them off and be doing them and not have it be the 6-hour production. So I did what I call my self-imposed authenticity challenge, which was
Yeah.
last August, where on Snapchat, I realized through, and this was really a big piece of the inspiration, although the dots weren't connected yet, was that I had noticed on Snapchat initially last summer, like kind of July, got introduced to Snapchat. I was confounded. What do you mean it disappears in 24 hours? What do you mean that this post evaporates? Up until then, social media to me had been about documenting a life, so to speak, where, you have the running history. And so I couldn't get it. And yet, how many millions, are on Snapchat, and, there's a certain age group where that's all they use and they're on it all day. And due to my grad school degree, I have this kind of theoretical bent when it comes to technology. So I end up studying it. Like, I'm just sort of fascinated. So I'm like watching Snapchat and trying to figure this out. And there's got to be something here, or all these people wouldn't be so into it, right?
Yeah.
And then I noticed a friend who, his Instagram feed is him looking perfect and curated, and he'll even delete things like after the fact. I noticed, like, maybe it was a daily thing, but he didn't want that to be documented. He didn't want that to remain. And yet on Snapchat, who he was being a total goofball, goofy goof, running around the beach, hooting and hollering because he just got to go surfing. And it was kind of
Yeah.
like in that moment, I was like, oh, because it evaporates, because it's only 24 hours, because of its impermanence, Snapchat actually fosters self-expression, fosters that kind of all letting it all hang out, because it's going to go away. And, and,
Yeah.
and it'll disappear, so to speak, but it won't be on the web. So that gave me the idea. So one of the, so to speak, tricks, Liz Gilbert in Big Magic talks about tricking yourself. I love it because I've been
I love it
myself.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
myself for years. It is a great, self-transformational tool. And one of the ways I've been tricking myself for years is to create my own safe space. So that masculine and feminine work with survival instincts to the feminine, staying connected to a tribe, staying connected to other people was how we stayed alive. And
Yeah.
thus, the disconnect from that potential doing it wrong or whatnot will cause us to not take the action in our business, not put ourselves out there in our marketing, not do video. So create a safe container where I know if I do something enough time in a short enough amount of time, my cave woman, that survival part of myself, she'll get over it. She'll move on. So within Snapchat, with like 6 friends, you were one of them, but I mean, like, to an audience of 6, I just started taking daily pictures. And bit by bit, no makeup was a big step the first few days, like, just because that was part of the flexibility and nimbleness I wanted. I don't wear makeup every day. And yet I need to be doing videos more than I wear makeup. And so, getting over that, bringing my quirky out, my personality, just actively being like, I'm going to be my goofy self that my friends and close clients like know me to be, you know. And then also the next step was bringing out my gifts, my brilliance, my genius, starting to share, you know, some nuggets of gold that I offer clients. But, you know, 2 to 3 minute little nuggets of gold can go so far. And initially, though, going into it, knowing that ultimately I was going to want to move this off of Snapchat onto Facebook, Instagram, email, whatever it may be,
You had a
I didn't,
plan. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't give myself a time limit at all.
Mhm.
I was willing for it to take me a few months to feel comfortable making that segue. And the amazing thing was, I was ready in like a week and a half.
So cool.
So that was the inspiration, and I basically duplicated the experience in Project U. It's 3 weeks. The first week is about that physical, is about the not wearing makeup, or you know, we had a lot of folks with the necks and the teeth and the hair, the gray hair, and the wrinkles. Those were the common, you know, self complaint, the things
Mine
we.
was seeing my nostrils. That was I didn't realize I had this block around like what if you like see kind of up my nose and like I'm kind of doing this on purpose, but like after sharing it and being like this is weird, it
Yeah.
just doesn't bug me anymore and you're a genius.
Yep. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And well, and it is the time in the story that I should mention your part in this. Yeah, I'll go back to the 3 weeks and what the 3 weeks are. But I mean, so you know, now we're in September, October. This occurs to me like this Project U has to happen. And you helped me figure out the name. Remember, that was kind of key.
Yeah.
Working with you and really, because once I had the name, it was on. Um,
Mhm.
and working with you really did give me the confidence that when I received the inspiration, when I received, like, okay, we need to do exactly what we did for ourselves in August with everybody in a group as a free challenge experience. You know, in the past, I think I might have discounted it. I might have
Mhm.
put it on the back burner. I might have overthought it or something. And this time I just had the solidity and the confidence to just that to know that the feeling I was feeling meant that it had to happen now.
Yeah.
And you know, like we figured out the name in 3 weeks. Well, we figured out the name in like 5 days later. I was promoting it, and three
Yeah,
weeks
you made
later,
your
launched it.
video, you had the site, people were signing up
I
like
know.
fast.
Immediately, you know, hit the zeitgeist in a big way. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. But you, big part, working with you and our
Teamwork.
teamwork. Yes, but
Yeah.
definitely, you've given me much more confidence to trust what I feel and go with it.
Which is good because once you got out there, they were, it wasn't just I jumped on to support and I mean, I was blown away by how much more comfortable I got on camera. And Sarah just saw she got the sneak preview of my new photos that I took. And I don't think they would be as good, Sarah, if I hadn't been playing with Project U. And I'm just so excited by it. But also everybody else who joins us, like, it was for a very particular reason that the last two people I interviewed on the cycle, they all played in Project U because I knew they were going to be more comfortable on camera and putting themselves out there. I knew they were really going to join me and not to say they would. I
So
knew they were going
smart.
to do it. Yeah. I knew it because Project U works.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
That's a good thing you went on that inspiration because it's helping people.
Yeah. Yeah. I know this may be a little abstract, but if you can get what I'm saying here on the most basic level, what's happening, y'all, is people are dropping out of their heads because they're all up in their heads and they're scared and they're worried and they're freaked out or they don't like it or whatnot. So dropping from our heads into our hearts. Like that's what
Mm,
I saw with every single person. And then the individualized, like, oh, well, she went out there and started doing more videos and she started her blog and you had a great photo shoot, you know, like it gets unique when then like the exact expression of that, but it's all the
yeah.
heart. And now we can feel you. We can
Mm-hmm.
feel people where, it might have been interesting before to listen to that tip by that gal, but now it's like I can feel the heart and I want more.
Yeah. Awesome. And we were talking about so you were talking about the different weeks. So you talked about the first week, and then where do people go
Right.
with
The
the
first week
second
is
or
the
third?
physical. Yeah, the first week is the physical and body insecurities, yeah, insecurities around our body, our face, whatever. Second week is that personality, bringing out our quirks, bringing out our goofy senses of humor and the ways that we interact and kid and joke or speak, in a reverence, a wry sensibility, whatnot, like bringing that out because that's you, you
Yeah.
know. And what I find we do is we present in our marketing these anesthetized versions of ourselves in an effort to look all professional
Yeah.
and perfect, um, and some vision of what that is, and all we do is disconnect from our audience in doing so. And so now that we've kind of worked through the gunk about the physical, worked through the fears of if I show them all of me, I might be too much for them. We segue into the third week where it is about bringing out our expertise in our business, sharing wisdom, sharing those nuggets of gold, sharing our heart through our business, really, and
Yeah.
doing so in a way that isn't that kind of standard way we see a lot of, where someone tapes a video or records a video. My grad school chair, founder of the department, used to get on our case because there's no tape in digital recording, people. But I'm old enough to still call it taping.
Yeah.
All I
Sure.
wanted is so we can record it. Yeah. Um, Yeah. So many recordings out there that, they get to the end and it's that, and what about you? And what do you think? And there's a reason, we're okay. So one thing I like to do, as you know, is to identify the reason a strategy works so we can then tailor it and customize it to our own personality, as well as be able to, know when maybe it doesn't need to happen, like have more discernment around it. So why it works is we're trying to create engagement. We're trying to draw the audience out and get them into a dialogue. Well, this is a discernment one where sometimes you just don't need to say that. So
Yeah.
how do you just drop gold? One of my mentors calls it holding the note, is just sharing of your wisdom and then letting it land, giving it a moment to breathe, giving it space for the person to digest it and drink it in and embody it. So that's what we do. There's prompts every day, where I'm asking you a question or giving you some things to go on so you can do a video or can do a picture with text. That's part of it too. It doesn't have to all be video. And we have a private Facebook group where it's really active, it's really loving, it's really beautiful. You post your daily video or your pic, and everybody watches each other, everybody loves each other. There's no space. It's not about debating, this didn't, I don't agree. No, this is not the forum for discussion in terms of like, I don't understand something, or, I don't like something you said. No, 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 no. We just
Yeah.
honor each other's expressions, honor each other's beauty, honor each other's deep commitment to life's work. Because, that very first question and answer laser session I had, the I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe it's the de facto tagline or alternate tagline, which is, that you're you're here in Project You because your desire to serve is bigger than your fear. Like the fear is huge, but you're here because you want to work this fear out so you can serve more people, so you can put yourself out there in a bigger way, be more visible, and help more people.
Yeah. I love it. And I think this is really really important for people who maybe they're not thinking about a business, but they're writers. And I know that some people who follow me are writers too. And this is really important because a lot of people don't realize that, you know, when you're done your book or your article or your blog post and you go to share it, you might be kicking around with some fears of being visible even through your writing. Even though it might not be your photo or something, this experience can really help you as a writer too. So I just wanted to throw that out there for anyone watching.
Well, that's a good point, because it doesn't end with just video or pictures or posts or emails.
Yeah.
That's a great point. It's really anything, putting yourself out there. So writing. And also, you know, one gal, she was in the first round of Project U, you know, one of those, I think it was a BNI networking group. So she goes weekly. Like, these people know her. She
Yeah.
went at Project U and she got a standing ovation for
Wow.
the, like, clapped at like her intro. I was like,
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah, speaking, networking, all of it.
Yeah, and it's just so, I mean, I don't know if you can put a price on how valuable it is just to feel comfortable being yourself everywhere you go with whoever, because that's what this is an exercise in. And we've talked in the cycle, there's a theme of safe space. And that's exactly what this is. It's the safe space to nurture you in as you're working out a few of the kinks. And then you gain confidence and you can, you've stretched that muscle of sharing your unique, silly self, and then you can bring in that big thing, the service that you have to offer or the message you have to share. You can bring that big thing, which can bring up its own oogie boogie stuff, and you're more comfortable putting it out to the world. Yeah.
Precisely. And you know, one thing I want to just mention, and I think now is a great time to do it, is, you know,
Sure.
one of the things we talk about in Project U, because I frankly was gobsmacked with it, and I'm beginning to create entire distinctions around it, is what I've heard call a visibility hangover. I think it comes
Yeah.
from, you know, Brene Brown calls it a vulnerability hangover. And
Yeah.
I think it comes from same idea, same idea. We're so vulnerable that then we kind of, after the fact, start to get scared or start to retract or contract.
Yeah.
Similarly, a visibility hangover is when we've been putting ourselves out there in either a bigger, different, or larger volume way. And that's an expansion energy, right? That's an expansion of us. And with any expansion, there's a contraction. And what I'm starting to distinguish is we really need to honor the fact that we're expanding so much and allow ourselves to have a bit of a contraction, because
Mm-hmm.
otherwise I think the visibility hangover just builds and builds and builds until it's such a critical mass that we stop doing those visible activities for 4 weeks, for 6 weeks, for 6 months. We
Yeah.
basically, our subconscious that's not quite yet on board with all of this
Yeah.
shuts us down. So we stop doing it. And we all know that consistency is key.
Mm-hmm.
So allowing for, accounting for, building into the schedule, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Like actually enough buffer time that you can take half a day, you can take a day during a launch and be absolutely not visible. You know, just
Yeah.
get quiet. Call it crawling under a rock. Well, no, actually, the feeling when I've gone visible too long without a contraction
Yeah.
causes the feeling of wanting to crawl under a rock and hide. What I'm finding is,
Totally. Yeah.
yeah,
And I think this reminds me of as a writer when I go and let's say I'm working on something behind the scenes and I go share it with some bunch of people and they haven't gotten back to me about it yet. It's like 10 people have this chapter, no one's gotten back. Like I just want to crawl under a rock and just avoid everything, you know?
oh yeah,
It works the
oh yeah,
same
and
way with
all the
business.
head,
Yeah.
totally, totally. I mean, so much
Totally.
stuff. And you know, guys, you may be listening and maybe not quite when we're talking. Okay, that's why this is really acute for the feminine, for us women,
Yeah.
because these survival instincts will cause, I mean, just like that thing. I mean, I know enough about how this works in our brain. I mean, Sophia spent 48 to 72 hours and her brain was going, oh my God, why haven't they gotten back to us? They must not really like it. Like, I'm sure it's
Yeah.
just crap. Yeah,
It's
you know,
just
and they might do it.
terrible. They don't
Like,
want to say it. Yeah.
on and on and on. Right. So, but that's the cave woman getting a little nervous because she put herself out there and she hasn't gotten the affirmation that she's still safe. She hasn't
Yeah,
gotten that connection back. Oh, okay, so
totally.
they liked it or whatever. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
that's
with that
important.
contraction, we got to allow for it. So because now that I'm honoring it more and being visible consistently, but taking time weekly, really, where
Yeah,
I unplug and turn off and I'm not out there and I'm not trying and all that good stuff, I don't find the crawl under the rock desire to
yeah.
happen. I just know I need a little contraction break, so to speak.
Yeah, you're right. I think I emailed something out a few days ago that was pretty, I was talking about a transformation. So I was kind of talking about like, here's where I was, and here's sort of like what I've been, deep stuff I've been working on. And I'm good now. But it was like, I was really being vulnerable and sharing. And somebody emailed me back, like, oh, like, I'm glad you're on the mend. And I was like, like, oh, yeah, I'm totally fine. And a teeny part of
Right.
me was like, did they quite get the email? And I just didn't even, it wasn't even a blip. Like I didn't have a visibility hangover or anything. And it comes with practice, like you said, I guess. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think you like it's like as we increase our tolerance, this is a tolerance to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It really is. So as we increase our tolerance, allowing for some contraction hours or day, we'll need less and less. We'll need it less often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. So I want to make sure everybody who's watching knows that they can join us this time. It's the third time. Is that right?
It's the third time. We're going to start May 2nd.
Cool.
I actually updated the webpage this morning because I knew this was going to happen. So it now
Yay.
doesn't say January 18th anymore. Yay. I will continue to update and refresh some things in the coming weeks, but we'll
Yeah.
start the official promotion on April 11th. However, it is open. Y'all come join
Yeah.
us. We are already there. To sign up, you can go to sparklingresultscoaching.com/project-u. Now, will that be somewhere written
Yeah,
someplace?
if you're
Okay,
watching this on YouTube, it'll be right below this video, and if it's on my blog, it'll be there. So all the information will be in the description, so that way you can click
okay,
the link and sign up right from here. Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, that's just sparklingresultscoaching.com/project-u is a longer one, so that would be
Yeah.
helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, and then
Yes, and
you'll
we would
email
love to have
them all the info. Yeah.
what again?
And then
Sorry?
you'll email them as we start gearing towards the event and
Right. You'll get an immediate email, invite to the private Facebook group, get you going, and then as we get closer, it'll like the momentum and the energy starts building. Kind of probably about April 15th that will really start rolling.
oh, so
But we're
exciting.
there now, so come join us.
Yeah, and it's a great place. I mean, even when we're in between the Project U bonanza, it is a great place, the Facebook group, to bring your celebrations and bring yourself and share. And you can still be visible there anytime. So come join us there too.
And you can use it to stretch yourself. Like if you're stretching into something new or saying something new, come to Project U, just
Yeah.
stretch it. You'll be loved up. Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to just offer if anyone's listening here and you want to talk and you're thinking you need some help around this and Project U is not nearly going to do it, or you want it now, etc., you
Yeah.
can sign up to talk to me at talkwithsarah.com. And that's just like it sounds, talkwithsarah.com. And we'll get together, we'll chat and see if I can help you out and we're a good fit.
Yeah. We'll put that below the video too. And again, Sarah's awesome, you guys. So if you got any question about marketing or being visible or getting your gift out there, and you feel the call, you're feeling like there's something special about Sarah, like there is. So go talk to her. Yeah. Awesome.
Mm.
I have to say,
Thank you.
Sarah's probably one of my most referred people. I tell a
I
lot of people about
know you shower me with referrals and posts and just I mean, thank you for seeing me so clearly. Might be what I'll say. Thank you for seeing me and my gifts so clearly and being such a raving fan, as we say. I just adore you. It's such an honor to support you in your journey and then to get to receive your gifts and deepen my own journey because of you.
It's cool.
It's cool.
It's so
That's a good way to put
beautiful.
it.
I love it. Awesome. So we're wrapping up this session. And if you guys like this, of course, check out all of Sarah's information below this video or on this post. And you can contact her, sign up for Project U, sign up to talk with her perhaps if you need more help. And if you like this video and want to see more inspirational interviews, go ahead and click subscribe on YouTube and you'll get lots more. You can share it with a friend or like it. But make sure to subscribe so that way you will get all the latest issues of the cycle. So let's say goodbye to Sarah and thank you again for joining us.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. This has been the highlight of my day. It's such fun. I love you. You're the best.
Awesome. All right, bye everybody. We're going offline. So
Offline.
until next time.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.